What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very exciting day. We'll get to that in a second, but first I just want to give a huge thanks to everyone that supported the Panzerbuilt drop. It went extremely well for our first drop, and yeah, I'm over the moon. So today, finally got a part for Panzer that I've been waiting on for a very long time, waiting to buy. They've been a little out of budget, they're pretty expensive, but I got the deal of the century on Facebook Marketplace, as always, and we're gonna slap them on the car. So there's two things on the front of this car that everyone always gives me so much crap for. One being the badge on the front of the grille, which we are working on some titanium ones, and the other one being the headlights. Now these are just OEM headlights that I took the chrome housings out and replaced it with black housings, but we do have a lot better options. This one I have to hit again with the Cerakote headlight restoration kit because I kind of messed it up on top, but that'll all get fixed with the kit. There's a lot of aftermarket headlights for this. You got the Spiders, the Circuit Demons, the OE Massives, I believe they're called. Yeah, there's quite a few, but there's only one set that I would put on this car, and those are the Morimotos. Morimotos are kind of like that premier headlight company. Most of the C headlights for this car are actually a whole lot dimmer than the OEMs, so I just ran the OEMs. I do really like the look, but the Morimotos are brighter, and the Gen 1s specifically, I like the look a lot better than OEM, and those are what I got. I think they retailed for like, it was over $1,500, but now, yeah, I got a steal on them, so I couldn't pass it up, and we're gonna get them slapped on the car. So right here, I have the box. These are, yeah, the Morimoto XB LED headlights for the 08 to 14 Imprezas. And they're literally still in the box. Now they are used, they were ran for not very long because they look pretty much brand new. So, yeah. So these headlights are pretty simple. You got a few bolts up on top, a few wires in the back, and then we got to pull the bumper off. There's a couple underneath as well, I believe. Alright, so there is the stock with the black housings, and then there's the Morimoto. And I believe these are sequential, so when you have your turning signal on, they, blink one at a time. I think. We'll see once we get it hooked up. And the best part is, they're 100% plug and play. And the only thing you have to wire, if you want to retain your daytime running lights, I believe, is you run this little guy to your fuse box. So one of these connectors goes to one headlight, and I'll show you. They clips in right here in this connector, and then the other one goes to the other headlight, and you just run them together right back to the fuse box, and you can retain your daytime running lights. Just went ahead, took the little plastic mount, that guy there, off of the OEM headlight, just bolts right into here with 3 10 mils, and now this headlight should be 100% ready to get back in the car. Alright, so a quick comparison. Here is the stock OEM headlight, and there is the Morimoto. That looks so sick. I dig it. Now I think if we turn on the turning signal, click. Yeah, it's sequential. That is bad to the bone. Now we just got to do the driver's side to match the passenger side, and we'll be done. Quick, easy, 15-minute install. And just like that, we got 2 new headlights installed, and I did run that little fuse wire for the daytime runners. I'll show you where I tapped into. Get this fuse box open. So I ran it in right up through the side here, and we tapped in to that little port. Come on, right there. Let's get the front bumper back on, and then we'll come out later tonight when it's darker out and we can adjust the level of the headlights. Just pulling Panzer back in the garage. Here's a quick look with the front bumper back on and the logo on. And I think it looks killer. Before we reveal the car at night, I want to give a little update on what's been going on. It's a few days later now than when the rest of this video was recorded, but you guys know I was having issues with the Duramax. Ended up figuring it out. It was the mass airflow sensor, and the only reason I didn't replace that at first was because the code was for an IAT sensor, so obviously I had to replace the IAT sensors first. But thanks to my buddy Daniel Keller, he told me that Bank 1 Sensor 1, or whatever the code was reading, I think it was P0013. Bank 1 Sensor 1's actually in the MAF sensor. So once I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, so it's probably the MAF sensor. Replace that. Truck's been good for the past week. No limp mode, no engine lights, so I think we're good on that issue. Then, if you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen I've had no AC in the house for the past week, and of course it's the hottest week of the summer so far, or what, I think it's the summer. Yeah, blower motor went out in the HVAC unit. Company wanted to charge me a ton of money, so I ended up just buying a blower motor off eBay. Had to wait a week for it to get here, but it got here last night. Got that thing spinning again, and got the house down. It hit a max of like 97 in the house for the week. Not ideal. Other than that, if you kind of picked it up in the last video where we did the transmission service on the STi, you probably realized I was a dum-dum and didn't drain from the main drain on the transmission. I only drained from the T70 drain, which I guess on the 6 speeds is like a quarter of the fluid, which is why we had like nothing in the drain pan. I guess on the 6 speeds you got the 2 drain plugs. On the 5 speeds it's just the 1 T70, and that's kind of what I was used to, I guess. I watched a few videos on how to do it, and I guess they were all 5 speeds, so my mistake there. We're gonna have to drain it again. I have more gear oil, more of that lightweight shockproof stuff, and then I also got some VR1 so we can do an oil change on the car for the engine. Because I honestly haven't done an oil change since we got it off the dyno, and I've had 200 plus pulls on this car. So I'm just abusing it and not giving it the maintenance that it deserves. So we're gonna get that done in the next video, but let's get back to the headlights and show you these things at night. It's a few hours later now, and I just went ahead and set our vertical adjustment. So as you can see, kind of got a straight line along the bottom of the garage. I do go a little bit higher on the right than I do on the left, just because you got oncoming drivers on the left. You don't want to be blinding them. So if this is too low, then we'll just raise it up, but I'm gonna wait for it to get a little darker, and then we'll take this thing for a rip. The lights that are on right now, these are the low beams. So if we head in the car, low beams, high beams. So these are the daytime running lights. So you got just the ring around the outside, and then your little guys in the middle there. Yeah, I think that looks super sharp. It's gonna look so good driving down the road. And then just for good measure, damn. I like. So that pretty much wraps up the Morimoto headlight installation. These things are so sick. I already love them a whole lot better than OEM, and yeah, I'm excited to go drive with them, see how bright they are. But I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace out. See y'all later.